Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Neeraj Kumar, and I'm pursuing my MBA right now from IIT Roorkee. And I got recommended from one AFSB in August 2018 for FCAT 1 2018 entry, and it was my fourth attempt. And in my background, if I talk about it, it's been journey of 8 to 10 years. Right from the school times, I was passionate about it, although there was no one in my family or from my bloodline who was into the forces. And I started this thing when I was in NCC, and from there I gained the motivation. I also met some of the prestigious and the decorated armed forces officers during that time, and from there it kept on getting into my, what you can say, daily routine. It was NCC, then meeting them, then interactions and all, and being from Palampur, so Captain Vikram Batra, and then uh, just the officers like there, the soldiers over there. So the motivation was right there from the start only. So after during the school time, I was not able to clear that NDA, and I went for my mechanical engineering. And after that, I also did a job for about 2 years with Space India as a space and astronomy educator. And but my goal was that only to be able to go through the defense forces, and I sat for those interviews. For example, for the first time I went for the NCC entry to Allahabad, although I got conference out, and it was a very uh, you face the dejection sort of thing, and it was quite hard, but I kept on working on that along with my job. And then for the serious entry I went, and I got a major setback again, but it was more bigger than the previous one, as this time I got screened out. So it was like total end of the journey, you can say, because my parents not from the defense background, and nobody there to encourage this thing, so they were asking me to go for the job and continue with that and all. So but I did the reverse, and what I did was I sat for the CAT exams for the further education to get my management degree, and I left my job. But at the same time, I was like into dilemma because I was squeezed in between. But my daily routine was like set for that forces thing only. I was preparing for the armed forces exam as I was sitting for the CAT. So FCAT I cleared through, and I was able to go for the next entry. But prior to that, I was like third attempt, which it was again the NCC entry. In that, I was again conference out, but this time I knew that something has been changed because my priorities are set, and if it doesn't make it through, then I will definitely go for the MBA. And I sat for that thing, and there I got through with the CAT also, and FCAT was cleared. But during that time when I was screened out, it was a very emotional moment for me because I was like, what's going wrong, and I was not able to find it out, like what could be going wrong with me, because I was very passionate about this thing, and even my parents were now very supportive, although it took about 3 to 4 years to just convince them that I will be going to the forces. So I was very dejected. I will just take one instance from my life, like when I got screened out, and that too from the serious entry. So I was confused, like what I'm going to do now. So one day I was just sitting because it took a week for me to get back to my senses, and my mother saw my state, and she was also a little bit emotional. But she said that I still remember that saying, because she said that that time, right now you might be confused. It's not your time, but a time will come when you will be having multiple opportunities, and you will be confused like where you should be going. So same thing happened with me, because as you know, they are the parents, they know the things, they have seen the world more than you. So things happen. I was went to as I mentioned before, I cleared my CAD, my FCAD also. So I started my MBA program over in the IIT Roorkee. So I went for the FCAT, and this time I was working hard on my things. The psychological tests we are having generally in SSB, it's all about that thing only. So I was preparing for that from quite a long time, as I was sitting for the FCAT and other exams for the CDS also, which I was not able to clear. But the thing was, then I got the call and I got recommended, and then the saying of my mother was finally proven true, because when I was sitting for the CAT also, after clearing that, I got calls from the IMs, then other prestigious institutes also, but I chose IIT Roorkee over others because I was a techno manager sort of thing, because I have done mechanical engineering, so I thought it will be a really connect. But if we talk about the SSB is all about mental game. because written you can clear by studying, and it's not very easy also. You have to take a lot of hard work over there. But for the SSB part, it should be like you have to be authentic, because I know where it could be going wrong, because I was doing my job. I'm not saying that while doing your job you can't do that thing or you can't clear it, but with my job I knew that there are certain aspects I have to learn, because being just from the graduate I have been in the corporate world, and there are a lot of lessons to be learned. So sometimes you have to be manipulated, and if you do that thing in the SSB, then it backfires. So I think that was the thing which was backfiring. And during the psychological tests, so it was all about, they generally ask for like few questions about self in the self description test. So where your friends, what they think about you, your parents, your colleagues, and then what you want to be in your life, and where do you see yourself in further years. So for that you require the authentic answers, and those answers can come from your inside only, because you are the one who can have the mirror image of yourself. And for that I must say that I was into that two habits. Like I was used to write a diary where I was used to do the self introspection on a regular basis, and apart from that I have maintained another diary in which I was used to do one help to any individual which you found in your surroundings, and that help could be anyone, anything you can help them with. If you can just give a lift to someone, or it can be like helping your mother out with some household chores and other things. But it should be like you should be having something which you have done, something good or something helpful to to the society, to the people around you. And these things do help you while developing your personality. Also you get to know people more, like what are the issues they generally face on the daily to daily basis. So these things, although I can't say that played whole part, but yes, they did help me to go through my certain aspects of the personality. And as you know, different people, different personalities, so they are having their own issues, their own things. So you have to do the self introspection sort of thing, and after that only you can get through this thing. So what I would like to say that is, those tests are not difficult. For example, for the interview, you know that because it's the PIQ form, you know like what's written over there. So you should be prepared about the questions they are going to ask, and the confidence you are going to reflect over there. Although I'm not an excessor, but yes, what I think is like you should be able to put yourself clearly, your thoughts and the things they have asked, and if you are able to do that, you will be through with the interview. And apart from that, we have GTO tasks. In the GTO tasks, it's like again, it's a group capability. They see like how you gel up with them and all. And right from the start in my college and school, I was a monitor and class representative over there. Then in the NCC also I was an under officer cadet. So from there I think those leadership skills were inculcated in me with the roles I played over with time. So I think even if you are not have played these roles and all, but these things are always there in your life. So you have to find yourself in that thing. You have to see like how you can help the people, how you can help your group to exceed and go forward. So I think it's not a very big task. So you have to just see the small things there are in your life, because the lessons are always there in very minute things which you don't even think that they can teach you anything. So my advice would be like, just be normal, try to be more observant. More you are going to observe the things, more you're going to learn about them. It could be about anything. For example, even if you are having inquisitive power, you can through with this news channel or the newspaper you are reading, which I generally do over there, and you have to be updated on the current affairs, because after all it's your country and you are going to serve the country only, so you should be updated on that. So from there you get the insights, you get to know what the things are going on, and from there you can learn a lot of lessons. You have to be like you develop your opinions, you are able to put your opinions over there clearly, and this is what you have to do in a group. And for group task, I would like to say that there is one more advice, like what I used to follow, that whatever the instructions GDO officer is giving, you should hear them carefully, because most of the things are very clear and crystal clear they are, and most of the people do mistakes over there. They just try to put someone else in their personality, and the other thing is like they go beyond the instructions. For example, generally we have things like in the group discussion where they have been asking like it's a coffee table discussion among your friends, and people generally get aggressive and all. And I think it's a very simple thing, because he said that amongst the friends you are discussing, and I don't think that you are the one who just argue with your friends or get aggressive when you are having a coffee table discussion or in the bar or anywhere. So these are the minute things you have to take care. And physical aspect, yes, you should be fitter, but I don't think that it should be like you should feel dejected, like you are not able to maintain that thing and all, because it is expected from a defense candidate that you should be physically fit. So it can be maintained, and you should see like when your SSB dates are coming, and you have the chart like what your weight and height should be. So it's the one thing you can cover, and if you are physically better, then it means that you're confident on that front, and confidence plays a crucial role over there. And the rest in the last is we have this psychological test where TAT, BET, SRTs we have. So about them I would like to say that in the as try as much you can, because we are having 60 SRTs and 60 BETs. So if you're going to score write about 45 or lesser, I think that it is going to reflect that you take too much time in thinking and all. So always try to be like 50 plus in both of the things, and if possible do all the 60. And in the BETs generally, yes, do all the 60s. And in SRTs I know some people might be having some issues with the writing and something like that, they are slow writers and all, although you should work on that. So this thing I would just like to say that do as much you can. And for thematic appreciation test, I would again say just put yourself over there, what you are going to do. It should be your ideas, it should be your authentic ideas, it could be anything you have observed in your life. And that's where that diary maintaining part about the help you do over there comes into play, and it do helps you. And in the last story, which is a blank slide, you can write anything, any instance of your life which you have observed and all. So I think, as per me, if you are able to do all these things, then you are definitely going to make the cut. And about the conference part, again, it's going to be normal, because yeah, they have already analyzed you, and if in case they are having any doubt, they are going to ask. So again, there, be genuine and put your thoughts. And I would like to wish you best of luck if for all the future chances you are having. And this is all I would like to say over there. And thank you very much.